Aquarius, welcome back. Welcome. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and this is your weekly read. We're using the Modern Witch Tarot this week, and we'll pull one of the Enchanted Map Oracle cards at the end as well. So, this is a general reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising placements. Sun, Moon, and Rising placements, I guess. And we'll probably do about 6 cards for the week. Let's see if we can get some guidance for you. So general reading, right? It's whatever energies I'm picking up on today may not resonate with all of you. If it doesn't seem like it's your life I'm talking about, don't try to force that fit, okay? There are lots of excellent readers on YouTube, and additionally there are a number of recorded videos here on the channel that I've recorded in previous weeks now. If you haven't seen those videos, one of those may be your message, because when I recorded it is less important than when you actually hear it, okay? We get the messages that are meant for us when we're meant to hear them, and one of those may be yours if this is not resonating for you. We are looking at a reverse 10 of Wands energy to start us off, Aquarius, and that's telling me that you might be a little overburdened. You might be a little burnt out from carrying a heavy load of responsibilities for a long time. You know, you might have reached your breaking point a little bit here with, well, not a little bit. You may have reached your breaking point. You may have been carrying the weight for too long, and you're kind of broken down by it right now. Strength in reverse, excuse me, sort of echoing that for me. I think that this, you're just really kind of physically weak right now. You know, there's something going on that has, it's been going on a long time. You've been carrying it, and you've kind of compromised your physical well-being in the process. So the Three of Cups comes in next, also in reverse, and that is a sense of isolation, perhaps. It could be overindulgence, you know, but with you in this state here, so there are a couple possibilities I can see. You're just physically very run down, and as a result of that, you know, you're tired and you feel like life is no fun, it's all work, and so you're going out and you're overindulging. That's one read I could see here. The other is that you are just so worn out by what you've been trying to accomplish and what you've been asking of your body, that you are now feeling isolated because you're so worn out that you can't go out and see your friends. You can't really spend time with your family. I mean, this, what I'm feeling here, and this is not going to be all of you, this could be just a few of you really, you're so physically exhausted by what you've been asking of yourself. Like, you've been pulling late nights, you're not eating well, you're working too much, you're stressing a lot, and you're at the point now where you just want to stay in bed. Like, you come home from work, and maybe you eat dinner with your family, maybe you don't. Your roommates, I'm thinking family here is what I'm feeling. These are people that are going to bed really early, but they can't sleep, so they're just laying in bed alone, and they're feeling really isolated. They're beating themselves up because they're not spending time with their family, but they're so exhausted they can't even imagine trying to interact and carry on conversation. This doesn't happen in a week, right? I mean, this is, whoever this is I'm picking up on, this is a weekly read, but this type of, you get yourself into this state over a period of months. It's not, it may be coming to a head this week, excuse me. Yeah, there's not something you could do in the space of a week that puts you in this spot. This is something that has been building. but this sense of isolation may be something that's new for you this week. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse tells me that this is starting to affect your work, right? It could be speaking to the fact that you feel like you're working really hard, but you're not getting the results, the satisfaction from it that you should. You're just working really hard. But intuitively, what I'm hearing is you're doing all of this so that you can progress in your work. For some of you, it might be about supporting somebody in the family, but I think it's really mostly, you know, you're trying to make progress and you're running yourself into the ground, and now you've depleted yourself so much physically that your work is suffering as well, which doesn't make you feel great, because this was all supposed to be about doing a good job. There is a day of reckoning here when you realize you just can't do it anymore, okay? You need to rest. You need to give your body what it needs to get healthy. You have to actually put the brakes on. And maybe work has to wait for a while. Maybe you need a leave of absence. It may be that serious that you need to take a short-term disability leave so that you can get yourself well. Maybe you just need to take a sick day because you've refused to take one in, 3 years or whatever. But you do need to resolve this issue. You clearly can't keep burning yourself out like this and expect to keep moving. The isolation is really uncomfortable for you. It's not what you'd prefer. And yet you just know that you don't have the energy to interact. There is, a light at the end of the tunnel here if you actually discipline yourself into a more reasonable allocation of your time between taking care of your body and taking care of your soul and working. Then the outcome is really quite nice, There's emotional stability. You start to feel better. You start to realize that you are, in fact, making quite a bit of money, and you have a lot of comforts in your life. So it's sort of a perspective shift, really, that happens for you this week, Aquarius, where you start to realize you have more than you think you do, and you don't really need to be working yourself into the ground. You just need to be with your people and enjoy the good things that are around you. This person doesn't seem to mind being alone, though. So for some of you, the isolation might not be the trigger factor. It might just be the fact that it starts to affect your work, because you care a lot about your work and the quality of your work. And when your work starts to suffer, you realize that there really is an issue here that needs being addressed. Let's take a look at the Enchanted Map Oracle. Pull a card for you. Number 46, coming apart. 46 may be a relevant number for some of you. The 46 breaks down to 10, breaks down to 1. It's seed, potential, beginnings. I think there is a fresh new beginning here for you in your perspective shift, for sure. Let's read to you from the book here, number 46. Now is the time to take separate paths. The coming apart card is a sign to put an end to what is no longer working for you. Has a commitment been broken? Perhaps you need to break a promise or change course because you took on more, page turn, than you could handle. This is a perfect time to reassess your goals and values. Are your actions in alignment with what you believe in? Have you created a partnership that is not mutually beneficial? Separation, dissolution, and dispersion are all in focus now. If someone wishes to break away from you, don't chase the relationship out of a sense of fear. The price you'll pay will not be worth the prize. Separation brings good fortune. So, I think that lines up well with what we saw in the larger pull of cards. What you're in isn't working, and you need to separate yourself from that way of being that you've been overworking and running yourself into the ground. Thank you for letting me read for you. It is always my pleasure to do so. It is an honor. Thank you for the likes, shares, and subscribes. Every like, share, and subscribe helps these messages get out to more folks. And that really is my goal, to share the messages widely, because I think that they will be helpful for some people. So thank you so much for helping me with my goal there. I hope you have a good week, Aquarius. I hope you start feeling better. And we will see you next time. Blessings.